So it's going to be a thing.
The wireless receiver is on.
It's a good sign.
We didn't. That was the problem last week.
Sign language show. Oh, that'd be a
See,
good
Buffalo Warrior
Buffalo
can read my
Warrior.
lips, so he doesn't think anything's wrong.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. We
Learn-
have sound now.
We got sound?
Yes.
We got sound. All right. So I'm going to assume everybody can hear things. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that little hiccup. Everybody, hashtag blame Jamar. We're going to be talking about hashtags later. Thanks for the bits, Xantax. That's awesome. Thank you very much. If you missed it, hi, I'm Oliver. This is, who are you? Can you explain to them who you are? Because I don't think they've seen who you are yet.
This is my first time on Office Hours. My name is Janessa, but I also go by Pods of War on in the Twitter world.
In the Twitter world.
In the Twitterverse.
And the
Twitter,
Twitch.
Twitterverse. Twitch.
Twitch.
Twitch universe.
We're talking about Twitter today, but
We
we're
are.
doing so on Twitch. But yes.
Yeah, so I started working here a month ago. It's been super fun, super awesome, but I have been streaming on Twitch for a year and a half, since September 2016. That's math.
Yeah, sure. That sounds believable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I think that was Adriana with some bits, thank you. Adriana also started.
Thanks, Adriana.
Yeah, I think she started the same day you did,
She
like
did.
a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like down the hall a little bit. so that's
Literally
cool.
a month. Like, I think we started on the 7th.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been a month. Just things have been very crazy here for us.
It's been really busy.
Yeah. We're just like, welcome to all this.
Yeah. We have E3 next week,
Yes.
which is why it's so busy.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this time of year also is just busy in general. Like, I don't know, we're halfway through the year. I feel like marketing budgets may have freed up a little bit. So maybe companies have a little more they want to spend. And like that combined with the fact that E3 is happening is just a little crazy. But,
Yeah.
you know, we'll get through it. We've got some stuff going on this weekend and all next week. So if you're there at E3 and you want to meet with us, some of us will be there on each day in some capacity.
I'm going on Tuesday.
Tuesday, I'll probably be there Thursday. She, I believe, picked Tuesday to just be there when I'm definitely not there.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking
Just
at
tried to like stay away.
yeah, because I'm looking at Wednesday, Thursday, possibly. Yeah, Audrey's going Wednesday. That's awesome. So everybody buddied up is what I'm seeing, because it's you, Joe, and Zach are going up Tuesday. Audrey and Jamar are going Wednesday. Apparently, I'm going Thursday by myself. Thanks, guys.
Did everyone leave you out?
Yeah, it's cool. Whatever. I'll hang out with whoever's there on Thursday. I don't know.
Aw.
Let me know who's going to be there, chat, because apparently nobody wants to go up with me. But cool. Why don't you tell everybody what we're talking about this week?
So we are talking about social media. I think you guys have done a social media episode before.
Yes.
But it was more just like an intro to what's out there. Today we're gonna do like a little bit more of like a deep dive, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and just some like general tips and ideas about it. And then we also want to answer your questions. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, you can post them there. You can post them on Twitter using our hashtag.
That's right.
I did it right.
Yeah, right there.
AskOPG.
Ask OPG. It is a little weird. Normally this is Omid's spot. He always complains about he doesn't know where to. I see why, because mirror things. And
I'm a dancer, so I'm used to it being flipped.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Mirror. Ooh, hey, sorry, my computer was like updating this whole time, and I've been waiting for it to come back, and it's alive now. It's very exciting. Cool. All right, so social media. We're going to start talking about why it matters, because as you know, most of the things we talk about here on Office Hours are related to, ooh, look at that fancy new partner check mark next to Skullstream.
Skullstream! Oh, that's the first time I've seen the check mark.
Yeah, how's it going, Odablock, as well? And congratulations, I think I read you just got partnered, Skullstream, like a day ago? Yeah, last night. So congrats. Good for you.
Yeah, you met him at PAX.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I met you briefly at PAX
yeah.
Next to the Twitch booth, so awesome. That's great. But yeah, social media. I know we talk a lot on here about like streaming and like, you know, Twitch and whatever, but social media is a big chunk of that as well. Because, you know, as a content creator, social media gives you a lot of options as to, you know, a place to distribute the content you make, as well as kind of creating, you know, content on its own right there on the platform. Why do you think social media is important to someone that may be looking into turning their streaming into like a more professional thing?
I think social media is really good for just personal branding. Mm-hmm. So you want to be like on as many platforms as possible.
Sure.
And that also like brings up your value when it comes to working with brands or anything. But I personally want to be on as many platforms as possible because I want to meet as many people as possible. Mm-hmm. And everyone has their thing. I still feel that Twitch is very underground. Like, unless you're a gamer, you don't really know what Twitch is, mm-hmm. even though it's expanding from gaming. And so if you can get on these other platforms and people can find your content first and you can bring them over to Twitch, if they're like the first people, if your stream is the first people that they see, like, they are going to be very loyal to you.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that you pointed that out about Twitch, because, you know, for a lot of us that are like living in this, you know, this kind of Twitch space, like, it's such a big part of our lives. Like, I'm on Twitch every day. I'm on Twitch most of that day, basically, especially working here. And it can seem like this big kind of overarching thing. Mm-hmm. But for a lot of people, you know, at best, they may have just heard of it, and they may know kind of what it is. They may know, like, oh, that's that place where people play video games online, right? Like, but, you know, considering how much traffic the site gets, like, the fact that it's still kind of a niche market is really interesting. And being able to go on to, like, a social media platform like, you know, Twitter or Facebook or, you know, MySpace, Friendster. What's another good one that's current and hip with the kids? Foursquare?
Musical.ly.
Yeah, like all the like kind of really relevant, popular ones. You know, like being able to go there just gives you another opportunity to, you know, find that audience that people are always looking for.
Yeah. And I've also found that, like, on those other places, they don't know what Twitch is. It's a little bit easier to share your content because there's not like this no self-promoting idea. They're just like, oh, that's cool content. Like, Facebook is really good for just consuming and sharing. Mm-hmm. That's literally how the platform is built. So if you make something cool, then they tag their friends or they automatically just hit the share button. You don't really get like yelled at for being like, why are you promoting your Twitch?
Yeah. Yeah, Facebook's weird that way. I think Facebook's an interesting one for like for Twitch because I think a lot of people look at Facebook and they kind of brush it aside as mm-hmm. like, oh, that's Facebook, but like they may think it's not relevant anymore, but like if you look at the numbers, which I did yesterday in preparation for this episode, it's still like by far the biggest, like most widely used social media platform.
It is, and that Facebook owns Instagram, so mm-hmm. if you want to tackle both of those, it's really good to do them at the same time because they literally work together. You can upload your Instagram stories to your Facebook story at the same time. And then, I mean, this is like, we're supposed to talk about this later, but like if you want to...
You can talk about whatever you want, whenever you want.
If you want to create a business Instagram page, which you'll want to do for analytics, you actually have to sync it up to a Facebook page.
Oh my God, Oliver. Yeah, I know. Hi, Genki. How's it going?
Hello, Genki. Hi, Gabe. Nice to see you.
Everybody's here. That's
So,
cool.
Skull, can we answer questions already?
Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
Okay.
Like, we have a format, like, down at the bottom, but,
Yeah.
like, we I don't know. We just,
I mean,
do
Twitch,
whatever.
you know, like we got to interact with the chat and stuff. So
Yeah.
Skull says, on the subject of being on as many platforms as possible, how do you handle being effective on all of them at the same time? So there is like a lazy way and there is the right way.
Okay.
So we have these like cool little graphics that I made Jamar put on here.
no, wait.
You're the don't.
Yep, it was decided I would be the negatively associated thing, you know, whatever. Also, Genki,
You're the don't and I'm the do.
when is the wedding? I don't know because I'm not good at planning things. So that's
He's
the
getting
answer to your
married.
question. I am getting married.
Yeah. He's
Eventually.
engaged and fancy.
I know. I'm like an adult or something, maybe, kind of. I'm gonna go watch video games. Anyways, what were we talking about? Being on like a lot of platforms. Ooh. So
You gotta do what? You gotta do the don't.
I gotta do the don't.
No, you can say whatever.
Can you
It's
talk
okay.
about the do first?
Yeah, I'll just talk about them both. How's that?
Yeah, you can do that.
I would say that what you don't want to do is like, let's say you have like this really cool Twitch clip that you think like, this was one of the funniest parts of my stream. You don't want to just share the URL and just paste it into like Twitter. Or like, there's like a Twitter share option from the clips page and you just click that and you put in a title. You don't want to do that. And the reason why is because it's not rich media. Like it just,
Yeah.
it pulls the meta tags and it just shows like a little snippet. If you share it to Twitter, when people are going down the timeline, they have to click on it in order to watch it. So what you want to do is you want to tailor all of your content for that specific platform. So what I do is I right click on the clip, I save it as an MP4, and then I upload it to Twitter. And I still include the link so people can find where it originally came from, but that way, when they're scrolling through their timeline, it plays natively, and you kind of trap them. Like
That's
they
what you
don't get to choose whether
Yeah.
they watch it or not. You just start it.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing with social media is you kind of have to like
Trap them.
yeah, like it's a thing. Like people on the internet are generally lazy. Like that's what you have to assume with your social media. Like you have to minimize the amount of steps they have to take to like interact with your posts basically.
Yeah.
Any extra step that you add is just another place where they're going to get lost along the chain and not see what you're doing, and then they miss that content. And it's not just that they don't see the content, it's that they don't see the content, and then maybe they don't get the opportunity to interact with it and like enjoy it
Yeah.
or share it with anyone else, and then they don't get to see it, and then it's like this whole thing. Oh, I don't want to touch that. It's like a whole thing that can get ruined by just, you know, by making things a little too complicated.
Too difficult.
Yeah.
That's happened to me so many times where I'll see something and then they'll be talking about their Instagram and then they'll say, oh yeah, it's at Pods of War. And I'm on my phone, so I'm like, am I really going to copy and paste this, go to Instagram, search it, and then come back? When you can just type Instagram.com/Pods of War and then it's a link and then it's just one click away.
Yep.
And you think about it, I consume social media like laying in my bed on my phone. So that's like a very lazy.
Yeah.
So I would agree with you that it's like, you gotta assume people are, I don't want to say lazy,
No,
but
you have
like
to assume
you have
people
to
are
take away the
lazy.
barriers.
Yeah.
Any barrier that's happening, you gotta take it away. Make it super easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, as some background here for everybody, so they know why it's us here.
Yeah, that's what we should have said at the
it's fine.
beginning.
I actually did some before working here at Online Performers Group. I actually worked with a web presence marketing agency in Las Vegas, which is a very interesting place to live, mind you. But what we did there was we would do like content writing, SEO, and like social media for a bunch of different companies. And the one consistent thing about like all of like any of those things is you have to make it as easy as possible to go from one place to another, basically. So if you want them to like, if there's any, you know, call to action, which is a fun marketing thing that you should always use in your social media. Yeah, words. If you have a call to action, like click on this link, like you need to, you know, you want to include those. You don't want to say, you know, check out my social media profile and then like don't include a link to it.
Yeah.
Like people aren't going to type it in. They're just, there's too much stuff happening and our attention spans are too limited really to want to do that.
CTO.
There it is, Audrey.
CTA.
I knew you would get it. Letters, alphabets.
Skull, thanks for summarizing.
I didn't see what he said. I'm bad at this.
He just basically wrapped up everything that I said in better words.
That's nice. He can make better words than
And
we
Adriana
can.
says, a good book that influenced me at the dawn of blogging and personal websites was one titled Don't Make Me Think, and that tag stuck with me. That's really good.
Yes, blogging and personal websites. The good old days of like content stuff.
Did you ever have a Zanga?
I did have a Zanga. My Zanga was awesome.
My Zanga was awesome.
Yeah, like it was really cool. I found all those cool overlay type things you could change. Yeah, mine looked like the Matrix because that's the time it was.
I had a Matrix theme once.
Yeah, it was awesome. Had all the green like.
I also had like a
stuff.
Newsies theme.
Oh my God, Newsies.
Yeah.
I forgot you're like a theater nerd. Yeah. That's cool. I got nothing against theater. I go to the theater quite infrequently, but not never.
Not never.
Yeah. So I go occasionally. Cool. But
on that same topic about
oh God.
We're just gonna spitfire things all day. What?
They can't
Is
see.
this for
They can't see things on here.
Secrets.
Yeah, fun fact. There's things on our screen that we see that the audience can't see. So if something looks weird, assume that they're not seeing it.
Mind blown.
Yeah. Jamar likes to put random things on the screen to distract us.
I'm not showing the logo.
Don't.
We don't have a sponsor.
Yeah. I forgot to get a beverage.
Oh, you can drink some of my Monster.
It's okay. I mean, last week I was able to just talk about how I wished I had a beer and it magically appeared.
Oh.
So, you know, maybe that will happen again. We'll see. We'll see.
What kind of beer are you hoping for in your mind?
There's, if I remember correctly, there was a Ballast Point and a Blue Moon, and I'm going to the Ballast Point Brewery after work. So I'm going to say Blue Moon because I'm going to get...
Maybe if you just visualize it, it will happen.
I'll try that. We should get back to the social media thing.
So one more point I wanted to make. There are so many people that don't link their social media in their panels.
Oh, that's real bad.
Like, sure, you can have it in your bot, but like, please make sure to have it in your panels. There are so many times where I'm checking out a streamer while they're offline. And that's like the first thing I do is like, okay, where's their Twitter? Where's their Instagram? Like, what do they look like? What are they about? Who are they? And so it's got to be in there, and it's got to be like easy to find, easy to read.
And going beyond that, like when I go to someone's Twitter profile, you know, under their picture, I want to be able to find links, you know, back to their Twitch page, over to like, I don't know, a business email is something I always look for. You know, and again, if you're trying to, you know, turn streaming from, you know, a hobby into something that does generate some revenue for you, then I think you should definitely be including a business email on your Twitter.
Definitely.
So that, you know, people can reach you. Especially, like, I've had moments where there's someone that, like, reached out specifically wanting to talk to us, and then I went to their Twitter, and there was no business email, and
their DMs were
closed. And I'm like, well, this is just extremely difficult now. Look at that. Thanks. Look at that.
Was amazing.
You see that? Office hours powers, guys. It's a thing. Yeah.
So pro tip, DMs are closed by default. So if you have never gone into your Twitter settings to change it, go check out your privacy settings on Twitter and open them up. they will be sorted. Your inbox is sorted in 2 different ways. You have an inbox for the people that you follow, and then an inbox for requests. So I've heard a lot of, like, the only complaint I see about this is that people like, oh, I'm gonna get trolled, or, you know, I'm gonna have this was like a Warframe streamer was like, it's just gonna be filled with people asking for my glyph. Like, so, which I totally understand. So maybe if you can like take 1 day or two days out of the week to like push that stuff aside and be like, okay, I'm feeling in a good place, I'm gonna check my DMs, then that's a really good way. Oh gosh.
Yep. Sin, thank you for the host.
Hi Sin, thanks for the host.
How's it going? Hope you're having a good day.
Sinson Bear is here.
Yeah, I like Sin. She's weird. Did I say that out loud?
Sin is awesome. I love her.
She knows
I get to work with Sinson Bear, so I'm like excited about it.
Yeah. I was in there earlier. I got wings, and I told one of her mods that because he always tells me to get wings. I just
Oh,
wanted
like
that
you
to be
ate wings.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
What's up?
What's up, Sin? How was your stream?
You know, I think
Sinson Bear is one of our clients, in
Yeah.
case you haven't heard of her.
I know. I had wings. Zach and Joe and I all got wings, and they were delicious.
I wasn't invited.
I know,
the
where were
host.
you? It's all right.
Working?
Oh, yeah. Pods.
He's an angel now. I know. I was like, what, Fortnite wings?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't understand.
Yes. Fortnite wings.
But, so if you guys are new here, we are talking about social media. We were talking about Twitter DMs. I have been, like, hit up 2 times. One about, like, a Fortnite tournament opportunity. And then one about a front page opportunity that came from DMs. So if you don't have your Twitter DMs open, how are you gonna
receive those opportunities?
Yeah.
It's a good
But
question.
it's also good to have a business email. And a note that I got from like a game dev is that they use your Twitter profile to like authenticate that you're requesting a game key from that company. Because they get a lot of like fake requests from people like, I'm Sinson Bear and I want this key. So they have to verify that. And then also you can pay $5 a month for like the Google Suite. It's like a Google Suite Pro, and I could change my Gmail account to be like pods at podsofwar.com.
Yeah. Even
though it's still powered by Gmail and it just looks like a little bit more professional.
Yeah, definitely. I think something like that is definitely worth the investment. Because, yeah, like you said, it really just makes you look more professional, and it gives businesses, like, a much better impression of you. You know what they always, like, people are always talking about first impressions, and, like, they are very important. And you just want to, you know, do everything you can with your social media to make it apparent to potential sponsors that, you know, you're somebody that is worth working with, that they can trust with their product,
Yeah.
that, you know, won't make them look like awful people, basically.
Audrey.
There's a lot going on here
I
right
know.
now.
So Zach helps us out a lot by requesting keys. He's like in charge of that. And he says, if you ever request a key, make sure to include your Twitter, business email, and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's good advice.
Yeah.
Zach does do a lot of reaching out and getting games for people, so I would believe that advice. Plus, I tend to listen to Zach for a lot of things, you know. I think this is going to be the first event that you go to as, you know, OPG.
Yeah.
So if you ever need to get in anywhere, just try I'm with Zach. That tends to work.
That always works?
Yeah.
Do you think that'll work at the Fortnite party?
I'm
with Zach.
It might. We can try. I told him to
We'll
get on
try
that.
it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say. Or I'll be like, I'm with
Called
Sinson Bear.
out.
She's in there. Like, it's a thing. Oh, hi, Sin.
Sinson Bear isn't going. Why? They want to meet you.
I think similarly to how you guys decided you were going on Tuesday, Sin just heard that I was going, and then
She was like, I'm going on Thursday to be with Oliver.
no, she's going on no days to not see me, basically.
I know, Sin. We tried.
We tried.
We tried.
Anyways.
Since you mentioned having your email in your Twitter bio, there was just an update to where you can now put links in your Twitter bio and they actually work. Before you could only do one link on like the little URL page, and which if Twitch is your main thing, you want to link to your main thing. So if Twitch is your main thing, that's what people had. But now, like, I have my Twitch, Instagram, Snapchat, like every single thing that you want is clickable now.
Ooh, that's
and
cool.
if you have any affiliations, like we both have account manager with @OP Group, so that way people can click on it and go to that Twitter profile as well.
Yeah, I mean, that seems great. I mean, really, like I was saying before, like, you just want to make sure that anything that people could need to know about you is, like, visible and easy to find immediately, basically.
We should probably talk about bios. For Twitter or Insta.
Ooh, okay.
That's something you do a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is. Like, so I fell into this kind of whole marketing stuff because of my background in writing, basically. So the first things I was doing when I got into kind of online marketing stuff was writing a lot of stuff. And one of those things was writing bios for, you know, companies or people or influencers who I may have never met, and that always made it tricky. But the important thing with your bio is you want to make sure it's not short, but like succinct. Ooh, fun words.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Succinct.
Yeah, you want to make sure, like, you know, you want all the information to be there, but you don't want to ramble, basically.
Right.
And I think that's, for social media in general, that's just a good rule of thumb, to kind of don't try to, like, fill up a post with the maximum amount of, like, words that you can possibly put in there.
Succinct?
Yes, succinct. Yes. Let's move on.
What's a succinct? A succinct.
I often say words that I only partially know the meaning to. So I'm pretty sure I used that word right. If I didn't,
We need a define command in the chat.
you can not say anything and I'll ignore you, basically. But no, like, you want
Insert
to,
meme here.
like, how do you feel about bios? Because on my Twitter profile, I basically have, like, as a list of things about me, of, like, you know, I'm an account manager at OP Group, and then it, like, lists, like, quickly interests that I have that I will probably be talking about on my Twitter. What does yours look like? Because I can probably check now.
I actually just changed mine because of the links. So there is a limit on the words there. So mine says, Pods, Fortnite streamer, actress, and cosplayer, account manager at OP Group. And then it has my email.
Twitch, Mixer, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
All the appropriate links are there.
So instantly they know what it's about, like what I'm about. And I also have like a pinned tweet of my Fortnite cosplay, like at the top. So you can choose, you can either have all of your links in the pinned tweet and say more about yourself in the bio, or you can do it the other way around. So I'm sort of like playing around with that. I think my Instagram one is very similar. It's like, hey, I'm Pod/Janessa. I play Fortnite and Destiny. I like to help streamers. DM me if you have questions.
Yeah.
Oh, here it goes.
Yeah.
Streamer, actress, cosplayer on Twitch and Mixer. Join our community of positive taco cats. I prefer fun and derp. DM me questions about streaming.
I like tacos and cats.
Most people do.
Yeah, I do.
It's very agreeable.
Yeah.
So just basically, yeah, exactly what Papa said. Papa Baron.
Papa Baron. Brevity is the soul of wit. I like it. That was
If you can be clever,
Mhm.
then that's like 5 times better. I'm not like a very like clever or witty person, but those are great bios if you can.
Yes. I often try too hard to be clever and witty. I'm a big Joss Whedon fan, and I often like to try and talk as if I was a character written by Joss Whedon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know who
I don't
that
accomplish
is.
it very well, but a few people in chat are gonna love that.
I don't know who that is.
Wow. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know. That,
I feel like I've heard his name at Comic-Con a lot.
yeah.
But I just don't.
You would have. He made Buffy and Firefly and
Oh.
Angel, and he directed
Yeah.
the Avengers and the next Avengers movie.
I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah. He
I'm
did,
just gonna drink this.
he did a lot of stuff, basically. What are we talking about today?
We have this like guide that we haven't looked at.
That
It's
we
because we
haven't.
get like sidetracked with the chat and all your guys' amazing questions.
Yeah.
We want to just give you all of our tips right away.
Yeah, it's fine. We're going to keep doing that, basically. Something
Yeah.
interesting I found. So, recently, I don't remember exactly when it was, but like, I don't know, a few months ago, Twitter had the whole thing where they expanded their character limit, right? It went to like, what was it, 140 to
280.
280? Yeah, so they doubled it.
Double.
Oh, I get it. I thought it was some arbitrary number before that they just picked at random. Like, that's weird.
No.
But yeah, they doubled the length. Okay, that makes sense. But something interesting is since then, I don't have the exact statistic in front of me, but something like 70% of like Twitter users still only tweet under 120 characters.
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, I was looking at kind of some statistics across Twitter and Facebook, like other random like social medias, like I don't know, Tumblr is still a thing apparently. I don't
It is.
tumble.
You don't tumble?
I don't tumble very often.
I don't tumble anymore. It's kind of a dark place.
It is a dark place. It is a dark corner of the internet, guys.
Can they still hear me if I'm here?
I don't know. I don't know how things work. My job is to sit here and look pretty, and I am only doing half of those things. You can decide which one.
You think it was conditioning over time? Like that's just what they're used to?
I think so. I mean, I think I still tweet like that. I still tweet as if I have to stay under 140. But admittedly, as I've mentioned already, I have a writing background, so I tend to get a little overly wordy. So I basically just try to stay under 140, but I don't worry if I have to go over at this point. But generally speaking, it's best to try to stay under 120 on Twitter. I think Facebook, I saw like under 100 characters is like best.
Well, I think it really helped out in like linking things. So now you can have your 120 characters, but you can still put like a really long
Exactly.
link, which is good. But yeah, you want to get to your point right away. Like Skull just got partnered, right? So the first thing I did is I put emojis and I put congrats. So it like catches your attention right away instead of like this whole like, you know,
I don't
so
know
long
what
drawn
that
out.
was.
Well, we were talking about Skull getting partnered.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know what.
Like, okay, how long does it take you to write a tweet? Because like a good tweet takes me like a good like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and that was something else I wanted to talk about at some point today. But yeah, like I think you should take the time to like make a good tweet.
Read it over, make sure that there's no like misspellings, and make sure that you're as concise as you can be. Also hosted radio, thank you for the host.
Yay!
You did meet Skull at PAX, Zach.
Yep.
You did.
You were right next to
and
me
he got partnered yesterday.
when I met Skull.
Emojis are great for Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can move on to like
Just gonna.
your Twitter.
I've been contemplating doing this for a second. You just keep going. You'll be fine. I'm gonna move that thing because Jamar left us.
Yeah, I get.
Just keep
There's
talking.
something on our screen that you guys can't see, so it's like hard for us to focus on like the show because it's like.
I wasn't even talking about that. I'm gonna leave that there.
Oh.
I'm gonna move this.
Oh, we've moved on to best practices. That's what we've moved on
It's
to.
all right. Professional streamers, guys. We know what
Welcome
we're
back.
Jamar's back.
doing. Jamar's back. He can move things and press buttons. Awesome. All right. We've basically already been talking about this, so I just wanted, it was just bugging me.
Yeah.
I wanted to move on to best practices here since we're talking about things like, thanks, Jamar. Since we're talking about things like, you know, what to put on your Twitter profile and stuff like that, like post length. Something else that's, I think, really big is hashtags. And that's a big thing across all social media. I think it probably started with Twitter way back when. But why don't you talk a little bit about hashtags and like their relevance today in 2018?
So hashtags are not so relevant on Twitter, in my opinion, because you used to have to include a hashtag in order for your tweet to be searchable, and now it's not. Like, hashtag Destiny is the same in the search bar as searching Destiny, but the place where it is relevant is Instagram. Instagram does not have just like a keyword search feature, so you have to search by tag. So if you are posting to Instagram, there's different websites that you can look at to see like, okay, I'm posting about Destiny, the game, so which hashtag would be best for this? Which you don't want to use hashtag Destiny because people think about like, you know, the other meaning of Destiny.
Yeah.
So you want to use hashtag Destiny, the game, or like other, if you search for this hashtag in these other websites, they'll tell you related tags that might work for you. And that's really going to help you build like a niche audience that if you're constantly posting about Destiny things, they'll be interested in the content that you create. You can't just, that's why hashtags like follow for follow and like outfit of the day, like they're too vague.
Yeah.
So I would say that hashtags are very useful on Instagram. You can use anywhere from 10 to 30.
Oof.
I stick to 10, but you can use 30. And you don't want to do it on the actual post. You want to comment with the hashtags.
That was something I learned because I don't Instagram well, guys. I'm sorry. I don't do a lot of interesting things, guys. I don't know.
We can work on it. We can work on it.
I gotta work on it. I'm gonna Instagram more. And thanks for the host, Cynical.
Cynical.
I see how that's spelled. Words, sounds.
Oh, we answered Skull already. How many hashtags recommend? Should streamers use support small streamers?
I would actually, so that's a little off topic, but I actually would love your opinion on that hashtag because I know that's a fun topic that people like discussing.
I think people, it's difficult. It gets a lot of hate because of the idea that, oh, all I have to do is drop this hashtag and I'm going to grow.
Right.
Which is not how it works.
Not at all.
At the same time, I've met a lot of cool people using that hashtag, and I have seen people come into my chat from that. So I don't really think it is really bad, but the overall aesthetic of your going live post having hashtags in it on Twitter is probably not the best.
Yeah.
If you want to use it on Instagram, I think that could be a better option. Also, I think you could reverse engineer it. And you could search support small streamers on Twitter, go into their streams and meet them that way, and then you've met new friends that want to meet new friends because they're using that hashtag.
Right. And see, that's kind of where I'm at with that hashtag is like, I don't like the idea that, you know, again, that people say, oh, support small streamers, and then, you know, magically all these people should come and they should love me and I should be their new favorite person in the whole world. Like, that's not how this works. That's not how Twitch works at all. That said, I don't know how to grow your stream. I like stating that very clearly every time because it's a common question we get asked. It's like, oh, how do I grow my stream? I don't know, man. I don't do that. I don't grow any streams, especially mine, because I don't stream very often, if ever. But that's beside the point. But the small streamer thing, I have also found a lot of really cool people that way, and I kind of like just kind of going in there because, you know, if you go into a channel where there's like 3 or 4 people, like, it's super interactive and it's, you know, kind of fun to talk to people that, you know, it's getting back to, you know, what Twitch really is, and that's just connecting with people in the community that you like about things that you like. Like, there's a ton of just like Magic the Gathering streamers that I watch that are like really small, that like average 2 viewers, but I'll go in there and just hang out and chat and we'll play some Magic. It's fun. I don't know. Support small streamers, support streamers you like. That's always what I tell people. If they're, you know, if they have 4 concurrents or like 1,000 concurrents, if you enjoy their content, like, I think you should support them regardless.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot more different types of streamers now. Hi Johnny, thanks for coming over here. Retro says I try to stick to 3 hashtags. I think if you're using them on Twitter, you definitely, like 3 is a good number.
Yeah, don't go more than that for sure.
0 is also a good number though.
0. Yeah.
But on Instagram, as long as you're doing it in the comment, it's not showing up as like that top, like caption. Caption is the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
Then you know it still looks nice and neat and pretty, but it's also liking by hashtag on Instagram. That's the main way I grew on Instagram. Right now I have more Insta follows than Twitter follows, which is kind of freaky. But what I do is I go like hashtag Fortnite, I search and I just start liking things. And then the people, they see like, oh, this person interacted with me. Let me go click on her profile and check her out.
Interaction. That's a fun word.
We could also call it engagement.
Engagement,
Yeah.
yes. We should talk about that because I feel like a lot of people, like, something really common we see with people is like they'll start streaming on Twitch or Mixer or wherever they're streaming, Facebook, YouTube, and they'll immediately like create this Twitter profile, or maybe they'll start using their existing Twitter profile, and what they'll do is they'll go live on their stream, and then they're gonna type, hey, I'm going live right now, and they're gonna put a link there.
Yeah.
And that's all they're gonna do. And then they're gonna post that, and then what they're gonna see is that, like, I don't know, their mom clicks the like button on it, and then like nobody really
Mom,
clicks.
can you like this tweet for me?
Yeah, and then nobody really follows through and like.
I've done that, by the way, so I'm not making fun of anyone.
You do you. But like, why does that not work the way people think it works?
It's funny because Chase just asked.
Oh my god.
I know. It's like they can read our brains.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Chase says, what's the best way to format your going live notification to draw interest in it without trying to it's a big word.
Inundate?
Inundate.
I feel like I've heard that word before. Yeah.
With 30 plus follow for follow hashtags, like I see so many do.
I feel like
is that where you were going? The go live tweet?
Yeah, basically. I feel like we got a question about this recently, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. Let me pull this up. I think I can. I have some powers here that I can do.
Laptop powers.
Let's see if that works. Does that do something, Jamar? Boom. Look at that.
Whoa.
I
All you
know.
had to do is like it. By the way, this is a really good tool, tweetalerts.tv.
Yeah.
You can set it up on your stream. And I do it, Skull does it, we do it. Like, hey, like one of my tweets on Twitter, and it'll pop up on the screen. And then people want to follow you on Twitter because they want to be on the stream.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you, ask any questions on Twitter using hashtags, which is a little awkward to say now because we just talked about how it doesn't matter, but if you
That's a good way.
If you use hashtag AskOPG, you can be right there. Right there.
You can ask your question, and it'll pop up.
Yeah, you can ask your question on Twitter. Use hashtag AskOPG. It's easier for me, basically, because I can find it, quicker. And then, we can put it on here. We can talk about it.
Before we leave that, hashtags on Twitter are good for branding.
Yes.
So because that brand can find your content faster, so Ask OPG, we can just click that and see everybody that has tweeted us.
Yeah.
But also if they're promoting, if you see a game that you're playing and the game is using a specific hashtag, use that hashtag. Because maybe the devs will see your stream. Or they'll see like a cosplay that you've made of their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Side note done.
Side note over. Back to this. So
Josh Stein.
Josh Stein posted something the other day, and it said, "Dear content creator, whoever told you that tagging 13 plus accounts in your I'm going live tweet is a good idea is a liar.
Liar!
It doesn't work like that. Quality over quantity is, I think, what it said.
Yeah.
Twitter things, gosh. Sincerely, your friendly neighborhood community manager." I think that's a really good point. You can't just say, hey, I'm going live and tag a bunch of people and say and watch the numbers fill up. Like, it just doesn't work that way. You need to put some thought.
And people get more annoyed with it. Like,
yes.
if you tag me that you're live, I'm gonna be more like, yo, why did he tag me? Instead of like, oh, hey, let me go check out the stream.
Yeah, basically.
But he continues. Do you have the rest of this thread?
Do I have the rest of this? I mean,
Yeah,
probably.
because then the other parts were
Oh. Yeah, I can
relevant.
I can find things. I'm good at stuff. Ooh, like that.
Yes.
Buttons.
Like it. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Full transparency, Go Live tweets are the worst performing social posts across the board. A mere fraction of your followers actually see it. Check the clicks. Spend that effort instead on connecting with your community and holding a steady schedule.
There's a lot to unpack in that.
There is. It was succinct.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I think there's a third one too.
Yeah, we'll just like all of his tweets.
Yeah, we'll just like them all.
Sure.
It's gonna be like OP group liked them.
OP group likes me. All right, the numbers don't lie, friends. I'm gonna not comment. Don't mind me. The numbers don't lie, friends. Look at some of the top streamers you know for likes, replies, retweets on their regular tweets versus their Go Live posts. Your goal is to stand out as a streamer, not generate social lists of retweet bot accounts and other streamers. Yeah. I think when you're going live, I mean, oh yeah, there was a lot of information said in these 3 tweets.
There is. And we're gonna talk about it all. We spent a lot of time on this question.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring you like cool numbers and stuff.
Cool numbers. We have cool numbers?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I took a screenshot of numbers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Analytics, your favorite.
I do like analytics.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think for the most part, we're like we agree with.
Yes.
We agree and also disagree. That's the TLDR.
I think going back to that thing he said where he was saying that I'm gonna play around some buttons and see if things reappear. Look at that.
Okay.
So Go Live tweets are the worst performing social posts across the board. I feel like that's a very anecdotal statement. It very well could be true, but I'm not comfortable saying that as like a, definitive statement.
Yeah. I definitely, I looked at some of my tweets, and I definitely think I had some more low effort tweets that did not perform well. So if your going live tweet is low effort, then that could very well be true.
Yeah.
But there are definitely ways to make your going live tweet better so that way it does get interaction and clicks and all that jazz.
Okay.
But
yeah, what are some of those ways that you could?
So obviously you don't want to be using like a whole bunch of hashtags and doing all the @s to all your friends that you're live. Yeah, if they wanted a notification that you were live, they would have your Twitch notification on.
Yes.
This is just the harsh truth. Also, hi Atlas. So what I do is tweets are always going to have better engagement if they include a picture. So
fact.
Yeah, fact. So what I do is like while I'm streaming, at the beginning of my stream, I try to start out in IRL a little bit. I take a screenshot of actually like myself, and I tell the chat like, hey, this is a going live tweet next to the do that I just recently did. So I literally told chat like, hey guys, I'm gonna be doing my Twitter live post. I want you guys all to like it, retweet it, comment it.
I think they can see it now.
Yeah, they can see it. And then I like literally do a verbal call to action. Hey, my Twitter is blah blah blah. Go follow me. And if you like and retweet this, it's gonna pop up on the screen. And that that makes them do it, So and I literally got one of those screenshot programs, and I'm screenshotting my OBS. Do.
I don't know how pointing works. Oh, my hand just disappeared.
I'm screenshotting my OBS with this. Yeah, there's 0 hashtags, but I did tag someone. I put, who am I seeing at GuardianCon? Which is a question.
Yes.
It's inviting interaction to where even if they don't go to my Twitch stream, they can comment below. And it was also very relevant because the day that I streamed and I tweeted this was the day that they announced the Destiny 2 reveal, and they announced that they were that's playable at Guardian Con. So because of that, you know, it's relevant, and it's telling them, come into my chat, let me know on my chat because I'm live, and it includes a link to go to my Twitter.
Your Twitch.
My Twitch.
Yes.
They both start with T's.
It's difficult. They both start with TWs.
TWs.
Right? Yeah. TWI. TWI. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities.
I'm always bad at speaking.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Yeah.
So Skull, it says, I like the blue-orange movie poster color scheme. So that's also like another theory. It's got bright colors. It's got things to look at in the background, like what's going on here. So I would say that this is like a really good example of how to do a going live post. If you're just dropping your link, it probably has the old title of like a game you might not be playing that day.
Right.
And it's not very inviting. And we can go and look at the analytics of this tweet.
Oh, can we?
Yeah. I made Jamar add it in. So he's gonna work on that.
Yeah. Oh god.
Whoa! It's so big!
Whoa, I don't think they can see it yet, but
Keep talking.
We can.
Like 30 seconds.
I mean,
Alright.
it could be this big.
No, I get it.
Oh, okay.
it'll be there. But
Branding is also in the picture as well as the tweet text.
yes, that is also key.
I realize I do a lot of things that I don't even realize that I'm doing.
Right.
Like that's just my IRL scene, and I have it there because if somebody clips something,
Yeah. You want people to.
I want
be
people
able
to know
see
where
that.
it came from,
Yeah. It's great.
and then no one can steal my content. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh. Challenge accepted.
Okay, so I have a Twitter analytics account, which is free to set up, but you
Which
do
everyone
have to.
has on Twitter. Like,
Oh, do they?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So free, just like go find the analytics tab. You can look this up for your tweets. So total impressions 3,229. This means that 3,229 people saw it in their timeline. And I only have 2,000 something followers. So that's more than my entire follow count. So if you do a going live tweet in a good way, then I say that debunks what Josh was saying, that only like a percentage of your followers actually see it.
So again, that was another interesting thing I saw there. That kind of goes back to that, I don't remember when it was, a couple years ago, I think, that Twitter adjusted their algorithm to basically kind of match what Facebook was doing, so that the posts that you're seeing on your timeline are curated for you based on factors X, Y, and Z. I don't remember.
That we don't really know.
Yeah, like I don't remember what they are, but like that's kind of what he's addressing, in that like posts that repeat certain. Okay, so I don't know if this is true on Twitter, but I know on Facebook they've adjusted their algorithm recently so that calls to action that say like click on this link or follow like my page, like certain phrases are being like filtered out of people's timelines.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So like
Because they think it's spammy.
exactly. So when Twitter made this change, it's a little vague as to what is being filtered in and what is being filtered out. But that's probably what he's addressing. And that's something that can happen if you're just saying the same kind of, hey, I'm going live, and then dropping a link. Like,
Right.
that, I think that's what he's addressing. But like you were saying, if you take the time to craft a well-written post about going live, that doesn't have to be true.
Right.
You know, there's a way to do that effectively, so that people can see it, basically.
And it takes a little bit more effort, but not really long.
Yeah.
Like I think this whole tweet probably took about 2 minutes, versus like the 10 seconds it is to like, I'm live, here's my link. And then one of his points was like, look at the likes and retweets and compare that with the other tweets in a timeline. So this tweet only had 18 likes, 2 replies, 5 retweets, which I still think is pretty good, but compared to like some other like viral tweets that I've had is not like that amazing. But when you click and actually look at the analytics, I had 14 profile clicks, which means 14 people saw this and went to my personal page on Twitter, and then 11 link clicks, which means that 11 people went to my Twitch page from this post, which I only average like 30, 40, 50 on a good day viewers on Twitch. So 11's like a really good percentage of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I definitely think that like the ROI, oh, that's another word.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun marketing terms we use.
ROI means return on investment. It took me 2 minutes to take this picture. I think that the ROI on actually doing this tweet
Really
is
good.
better
Yeah.
than just not doing it.
I would agree. Yeah, I think that's kind of where we were at with Josh's statement. Like, we agree in the sense that you shouldn't just be spammy and say like, "Hey, I'm live," and then post a link, because that's
Right.
not doing anything, for your channel.
It's not creating content.
Right. Exactly. And that's something that we were talking about earlier. Like, you need to look at your social media platforms as another content creation platform. A lot of people look at it as a supplemental thing that they're doing to kind of, there's a word I really want to use, and I can't remember it, but they think of it as like a place to just kind of distribute their stream content. But it doesn't have to be that. It can be a place where you can, show people, hey, this is where I do my streaming. But in and of itself, your tweet is content.
Yeah.
You can create engagement, which is something Skullstream is asking about, and you can basically create a whole new audience for yourself on Twitter. And to answer your question, in the Twitter analytics stuff, impressions basically means it was, just seen in the timeline. Engagement means they interacted with it in some way. I believe it's like if they like it.
I think expanding it also.
Yeah, clicking on it and like opening it, like, and anything that they do with it basically is engagement.
Yeah.
Like, they comment on it, they retweet it.
Also, I always sort of knew this in the back of my head, but Instagram like will count like how long you stay on a picture like in your timeline as engagement, and then like if I stayed on Oliver's post for like 5 seconds versus everyone else 1 second, then Instagram would know like, oh, let's show her more of Oliver's post because she liked that.
Right.
It's creepy, but
That's fine. I need to do stuff on Instagram more. That's beside the point.
So yeah, what are some good examples on Twitter of like creating like Twitter content?
Sorry.
What?
I gotta go.
Jamar's
That's
in the room.
Jamar's favorite Twitter content. 2 people going at it.
Yeah.
Probably not the best if you like have sponsorships. But that is it. That
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of depends. For me, I really like Anna Kendrick, just in general,
Ooh.
as a person. I think she's amazing.
But you don't like musicals.
I didn't say I didn't like musicals.
Okay.
I said I enjoy a good musical from time to time. I just said I don't often go.
Do you watch Pitch Perfect?
Of course I watch.
Just making sure.
It's Anna Kendrick. we just went over this. But
Last 5 years. Okay. Sorry.
yes, I have also seen that one.
Okay. Wow. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
But Anna Kendrick on Twitter, in case you don't follow her, I think she creates amazing content. And it's, a lot of times, it's not even like really related to like rich media or like anything like that. Like, I think it's mostly just her ability to write and craft a well-written tweet, basically. That's basically, it's witty, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's...
Are you gonna pull up an example?
I'm gonna
for us?
try. I mean, I'm gonna look, and it's not gonna work.
She's
there.
also just like a very funny person.
Exactly, and I think you know, that is entertaining content. You know, I like to read her tweet because I enjoy it and I think it's funny and like.
Oh man, this one.
Like honestly, like this is her pinned tweet, and I think that's great. It's just, oh god, I just realized I'm stuck with me my whole life, and it's short. It doesn't need to be a whole lot. It's just it gives you a good idea of who that person is, and kind of what to expect from the rest of their content.
Right.
I don't know. What kind of content do you like?
Well, I also think that the reason why this tweet has done so well is because it's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the tweets that I have made that have gone viral or like, hey, this got a lot more tweets, like likes than I thought, is because the people that see it can relate to it.
Yes.
And they're going through it the same. So I heard something yesterday from Gary Vee.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying how we're all telling stories on social media.
Yes.
And Twitter is one of the fastest ways to like tell a story, a short story of something that just happened in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the best tweets that I've had are like, I don't know, this just happened to me at the store. How weird, like this awkward moment, right? Also, what's really good is threads.
Yes.
Like if something happens to you and then 5 minutes later you have an update on that story and you reply to your own tweet, now it's a thread, and those seem to be boosted in the timeline. So one of them, I could just tell this in a story. I was getting on my flight to PAX East.
We don't need to talk about PAX East and travel.
I was getting on my flight to PAX East and I spilled coffee on the seat next to me, and I tweeted about it like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed, cleaning it up now. And people thought that was initially funny. And then after that I tweeted about like, okay, I think the guy next to me is a little bit angry, but I'm trying to like solve it. And then my third tweet, I actually found the guy on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That like he tweeted, oh my god, the girl just next to me spilled coffee all over my pants. And so I screenshotted his tweet and put that in the thread, and people loved it.
Yeah.
Because like then we had, I don't know much about storytelling, but we had like an intro, we had a conflict, and then like the resolution was like, he's mad at me and I found his tweet, which is just like stranger than fiction. So you can be like telling stories from your own life, and that's your personal branding, and people will find you through that, and then they might end up on your Twitch one day, but it's got to be bigger than that. Like you can't just be thinking about just your Twitch.
Right, and that's another thing that like makes, you know, the going live tweets feel impersonal. Is if that's all you ever post, is like, hey, I'm live, and then like you don't post anything the rest of the day. The next thing that you post is the next day, and it just says, hey, I'm live. Like,
yeah.
People don't care. Like, they don't want to follow your social media just to find out when you're live. Like you said, if they wanted notifications, they would turn that shit on.
And
themselves.
you're gonna stop showing up on people's timelines.
Yeah, you need to, again, you need to think of your social media as its own content platform for you to create interesting content that they can interact with. The bonus of it is that it can lead people to your other content, and you know. It's all cyclical. Man, I'm good with words.
Cyclical.
Today. Yes. But, you know, what you're saying with stories as well, like, is another thing I thought, that I saw yesterday that I actually thought was really interesting. In that same article I was reading that was talking about how even though Twitter expanded the character count to go to 280, people are still tweeting under 120, and those are the more effective tweets. There was an exception to that. And one of the exceptions was for stories. And basically what they were saying was, like, if you basically tell a story, like written as a script, basically, like it says me, and then it says something you said, and then there's a break, a space between it, and then something else, and it continues like that for like a long way down. Those actually draw a lot of engagement lately because, again, what you're saying, they're relatable, they're interesting, you know, assuming you're telling an interesting story, I guess.
Yeah.
And they kind of draw people in. And
Did you see that? Did you follow that guy with the ghost story? David?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I've heard of it. But
Yeah. So that, I think that was like one of the, like that it was like the beginning trend of like Twitter threads. I mean, it's always existed, but Twitter like made it into its algorithm.
Yeah.
There's this guy that's telling a ghost story throughout threads, and he updates it every other week or like however long, and he's gone viral because of it. I know a Twitch streamer who is having like a gym challenge.
Oh, cool.
And every single day, he was doing it for 60 days, he would update and like share a picture of him at the gym, which was like half for accountability, but also like because it's a thread, because I liked one of the tweets,
You get those.
every single day is in my timeline. Like then the reply
It's
the
like a
next
picture
day.
of like him with like Brock or Misty or like
Yeah.
like
And all the
Giovanni
Pokemon he's catching at the gym.
at the gym. Yeah. Oh, like a regular gym.
Yeah.
Not like a Pokemon
No,
gym.
not the Pokemon gym.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to the gym in a while. It's been like 2 days.
Me neither. Oh god, it's been like
Yeah.
6 months for me.
I should engage with myself if nobody else is.
Yeah.
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 Actually.
Sometimes, I mean, there's Twitter threads out there like responding to yourself. I've done that before.
I have too. I always tell people it's just because, you know, nobody can get on my level of, you know, like what I'm saying. So
I think
I
it
have to
comes from
respond.
like my like personal Twitter days where like I just used it to vent all of my like emotions.
And I think something that people need to think about is Twitter is categorized as a microblogging social media. So like putting, you know, fun like stories about your life in short bursts, that was kind of the idea of it. So, you know, take that to heart and don't just constantly be promoting your Twitch stream or whatever you're doing. Like, it needs to be personal, I guess. How personal do you think it has to be?
Well, that was actually a question.
Oh, what? You
Good-
don't say.
Good throw there.
I know. We're going all over the place. Where was
So-
that question?
We have a question from Evil Aura, who is a partner on Twitch. In case you haven't heard of him, great streamer. He says, how much of my personal life should be a part of my social media? Do you recommend going back and looking at my own feed to see what kind of vibe I'm putting out there and how impactful my media could really be? The answer to both of these is yes. But I think you should include as much of your personal life as possible without you like feeling in danger. If you want to create fake names for yourself, that's fine. Like fake names for your family. Like I don't have like my sister's names out there. They all have nicknames that I reference them for, but your audience is going to feel so much more connected with you if they get to share experiences with you. And again, we're going back to like that storytelling. So when, you know, if I'm skipping stream because it's my little sister's graduation, if I post a picture of the graduation, they're gonna be like, oh, look at what Paz is doing. And I think it's also like, oh, hey, she has a life outside of Twitch. And she's also being like healthy, not just like she has friends and family.
Yeah.
But they feel like, yeah, like Chase says, it's like it's genuine and they're, I don't know, they're a part of that in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, something that we've talked about at length here on Office Hours before has been the importance of work-life balance. And it's something really hard to do in this industry, in any like kind of industry as well, where you're kind of your own business, I guess, because I also did freelance like writing before, and it's scary at the thought of like taking a day off, because if you take a day off, you're not getting, you know, you're not growing your channel, you're not making money, you could be, you know, you're basically losing money is what your mind tends to do. Sorry, Jamar's playing with things again. Yeah, why not? Let's move it.
I guess we're talking about crafting your posts.
I don't know what we're talking about. You can move it wherever you want, Jamar. But no, like social media is really important for your work-life balance because again, it shows that you can connect with your audience without having to be streaming, basically.
Right.
So you can show them, yeah, I do have a life. I have a healthy, I have healthy relationships. I'm doing this. I'm doing fun stuff that doesn't involve my stream, but you're still engaging with your community.
It's still your personal brand. And let's say you're spending time with your family, like you can always take those pictures and then upload them later. They're not gonna know. Like, how many times have I gone to Disneyland and then I'll post like the next day, like all my Disneyland pictures, like I'm at Disneyland, but I wasn't there that day.
Why are we talking about Disneyland? I really want to go.
Let's go.
I have been in a mood for the
Disney
last
mood.
couple of weeks. Anybody who knows me knows I love Disney.
Are you a churro or popcorn type person?
It's tough. I think that the popcorn at Disneyland is quite possibly the best popcorn.
It's like ungodly.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good.
If you guys haven't had it,
I feel
you're
like
missing
churros
out.
are good, but churros are kind of good across the board.
Yeah, I will say I like the flavored churros at Disneyland as well that they have on like Downtown Disney.
Oh,
Jamar's
yeah.
a fan of Dole Whip. I think their corn dogs are
The
like
Dole
the
Whip is
best
good.
corn dogs ever. We can do a whole stream on Disneyland.
Disney food.
Amanda will do that show. We've been trying to get Amanda on office hours for a really long time. I think
We'll have to do a mobile office hours one day.
Yeah. Oh my God. We'll just like wander around.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Let's do that. I think you've seen pretty much everybody in the office at this point except Adriana, who just started, so that's understandable, and Amanda, because she's hiding from you all.
Oh, she's there! She heard Disneyland and was like, where?
Yeah, we're gonna do a stream where we just talk about Disneyland, Amanda.
Disney foods.
Disney foods. That'd be a great.
I think you could specialize in that.
Yeah.
Um,
God, I love Disneyland. Anyways.
We got a little sidetracked from the question.
Sorry. Yeah.
So the second part of the question was, would you recommend going back and looking at my own feed to see what kind of vibe? I think that would be helpful in like if you need an understanding of like who, like your own personal brand, because like it's always better to get a second set of eyes on things. So maybe you don't look at it, maybe get your friends to look at it and be like, yo, what do you, like in 3 short sentences, what do you think I'm about? Because maybe you're putting something
Samurai King.
out
Thanks
there.
for the sub.
Oh, wow.
10 months in a row.
Thanks for the sub,
Yeah.
Samurai. Maybe you're putting out a vibe that you don't want to, but I don't think that you should like tailor your content to be like, oh, this vibe is working really well, so I'm going to be this person if that's not you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you have to.
But if it is you,
Right.
then yeah, like, you know, somebody said like, I can't remember the exact, but like, if you're an asshole,
Don't be an
Tyra
asshole.
Banks was talking about personal branding because she taught at like Harvard on like she taught anyway. If you're an asshole and that's like genuinely who you are, like maybe you want to lean into that a little bit.
Yeah.
And like make that your personal brand and make more content. I mean, just know that you're going to be like attracting those types of people, and you're like if that's what you want, then that's good. But you do need to be authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna talk about DM Brandon,
Oh god.
who's one of our clients.
DM Brandon.
He's kind of a polarizing figure in that sense because he is very strongly opinionated. I think is the polite way to say that. He has very strong opinions on pretty much everything, and that kind of can drive some people away. But it also, it also brings in a group of really passionate people in his community because he has, he feels very strongly about, the way Smite should be or something. So he's going to draw in all those people.
Yeah.
And because of how passionate he is about that, like, sure, maybe turn some people off to it, but the people that have come there are going to be highly engaged members of his community, and they're going to stick around. And I did not think of DM Branding because you were talking about being an asshole. Let's just make that clear.
No one.
I love Brandon. Don't worry about it. You guys can tell Brandon I called him an asshole. That's fine. I don't care. He knows I love him.
Xanatex, probably not. Don't try to fake it. Just go out there being a nice person.
Yeah, I guess.
Skull says he puts himself out there in a way that lets people identify with his views and personality.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's very strong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people, you are going to turn off a couple people or like maybe like some sponsorships in case something like really blows up. But that's like short term.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking like of a short term game instead of like the long term. He's going to have more people like respecting
his opinions.
His opinions.
Yeah.
And that's huge when it comes to
being an influencer.
Being an influencer, like recommending product.
Mm-hmm.
There, if he is overly critical about things and he's saying something's good, then you know that you can believe him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you know, it's all about creating that branding that we've been talking about all show, basically. Of, you know, you want to be able to communicate who you are with your audience so that they can connect with you.
Yeah. Okay, what else do we have on here that we can talk about?
That we need to talk about? We got a lot.
We got half an hour left of show.
We have a lot to talk about, don't worry. So I don't know if you saw, I did more things that
I've been doing a lot of talking, so why don't you bring up something you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I didn't see this stuff.
I know. I have a whole, like...
You didn't save it in the Dropbox.
I thought I did.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But...
It's okay.
Hey, Jamar, why don't we just go back to pitfalls to avoid? Because we didn't really talk about
We didn't
that.
talk about what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about things that you should be doing for your social media profiles, like how you should be taking the time to craft quality posts and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that people do that they should really not be doing. You know, one of which we've talked about is, you know, the really lazy going live tweets. Something else that I've mentioned is, you know, you kind of want to keep things short and compact. Don't be too wordy. When I was talking about the, you know...
Sorry. That's true.
That is true. It's Dan. But something I was talking about with the stories that you're telling, like a key part of that I mentioned specifically is that they'll put a line break between each like line, and that's for people. Again, getting back to that fact that people are lazy. If they see a block of text, and this is something, you know, that I learned very well in my content writing days, they're not going to read it. When you're writing content for websites, if you look at it, they're usually really short paragraphs, like 1 to like 3 sentences at most.
I'm a skimmer.
Yeah, because people aren't gonna, like, if people see a block of text that's like this big, they're just not gonna read it. They just don't have time. They don't want to deal with it.
I'm like, what's the TLDR?
Exactly. So you need to keep that in mind when you're doing your social posts. Like, you can't cram everything in there. You have to get the highlights, basically, for people.
What do you want? What should they do? When's it happening?
Mm-hmm. And what they can do to interact with you, because that's really what it's about. And that's another thing that we talked about yesterday when we were kind of going over things that we want to talk about in this episode, was something that we see a lot of people do, and it's really unfortunate, is that they'll post something on Twitter that drives engagement. Like, they'll post a question, like, hey, what do you think I should eat for lunch tomorrow? I don't know why I'm thinking that far ahead for my lunch, but what do you think I should eat for lunch tomorrow? And then maybe a bunch of people answer, and then you just don't say anything back. Then, like, what would...
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, like, why would somebody who responded to you feel inclined to engage again with anything else you say if you never respond?
Right.
Yeah.
I also think that people think about the numbers too much in this relation, so they'll post that and be like, you know, what is going to be popular, what's going to get a lot of comments, without realizing that there's actual people involved.
Right.
There's been tons of times where it's like, oh, I have a really good idea, let me comment on this tweet, and then I'm checking it, like, has she seen it yet? Has she liked it yet? Like, has she responded yet? And I'm thinking about it for like 2 hours, 5 hours later. And then I go and I'm like, oh, she posted something else and she didn't even look at any of... I will like go to that person's tweets and replies and see who she responded to, and there's just like there'll be like nothing there, and then I'll get offended. I'm serious.
Oh,
like,
man.
I mean,
Put a restraining order yet? Oh.
I'm just saying, you want to make it seem like your followers, like your diehards, or like the people responding to you, you want to make it safe. Because if that happened to me, probably not on a tweet like, what am I going to have for lunch? But maybe something that's like a little bit more personal that I took the time out to reply. Like, I want there to be something there. You don't have to respond to just me, but you got to respond to somebody.
Right.
Or else, like, why did you ask for help?
Exactly. And I feel like people forget about that, you know? Like, again, if you're doing social media right, it's a conversation that you can have with people, you know, all over the country, all over the world, really. And that's kind of what keeps people coming back to it, is it's this place that you can go, that you can engage and converse with people from all over the place. And if you're going to create a post that instigates interaction and then refuse to interact with it, then you're really missing out on an opportunity to draw someone in and convert them into, you know, a long-time member of your community.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole
You put it like perfectly.
I do that.
Think about it, if you like added a brand and then they didn't respond. You know, brands respond to so many different people because they want that conversion. They'll even like go out and look for it.
Yeah.
But Gary Vee says that he responded to everyone for the first 7 years that he was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because if you know, everybody wants more followers, but yet they're not engaging with the ones that they have. I think if you just start, who's Gary Vee?
Yeah, I guess we should probably say that.
Yeah, we've mentioned him a lot.
Yeah. He is he's an influencer, basically in the space of like
growth hacking.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
He's a CEO. He started with like some wine company, and now he like owns like a media company, but he creates a lot of content and he spits out the content to all these different platforms. I think he's like a very good model for how to share like your little snippets out to the world. And he's also on Twitch now.
Yeah.
He just started his Twitch.
Yeah, and I believe he did his first thing with Professor Broman on Twitch.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
cool. Also a client. I like Ben. He's nice.
Ben's nice. Hey, Loris. Hey, it's Pods.
It is Pods. It is. But yeah, Gary Vee is very influential in this kind of space of like digital marketing, social media.
Yeah. He also has like a no-nonsense like kind of style. He's not afraid to like curse and stuff. He's like the new Casey Neistat. Basically, is like how I'm like, at least in my world.
Okay.
But you know, he talks a lot, I think, about like just going out there and doing it without like worrying so much about how everyone else is processing it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people complain about being like added, right? Like, don't at me.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, whoa, that person added me. Like, they're thinking about me.
Yeah.
I should probably respond to them.
Gary Vee is a serial entrepreneur that uses his influence to spread virally on different platforms. Smart guy, very out there. Thanks, Skullstream.
He's
yes.
really smart.
That's who he is.
So my point was that everyone that added him for his first 7 years on Twitter, he responded. Because he realizes that on the other side, there's another person, and that's going to mean a lot to them. How many times have you been like followed or responded by like a celebrity or someone you looked up to, and then you're like, dude, look at this, like they responded to my tweet, right? And that made your day. If you can make someone's day, you know, that's a loyal follower in business terms of your brand, but
yeah, that's definitely something that people remember. I mean, I'm a big wrestling fan. I almost made a wrestling reference earlier that I stopped myself because I'm like, no, nobody needs to hear about that. But here we are now, and we're talking about it. But I was going to a show and I tweeted a picture like in front of the building, and I was like, one of my favorite wrestlers, Sasha Banks, was not on the card that night. She was not scheduled to be there, and I was like, I'm here at the show. Really wish that Sasha Banks would be here. And then she saw that and retweeted it and was like, yeah, I wish I was there too. And I'm like, oh my God.
She knows I exist.
She knows I exist. Yeah, literally what I said. And, you know, that's a cool thing. Whenever you can, like, interact with your community, like, that's an important thing. Because, like, really, that's, like, if you think about what Twitch is, that's what, again, that's what it's built on. It's about interacting with your community.
Yeah, it's about creating community.
Yeah.
It's not about like all the numbers, and sure, that will like, the numbers are used. We've been talking about rates, right?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about rates.
They've been used for like rates and sponsorships, but that's all like short term.
Mm-hmm.
And the long term gain is because of your community interaction.
Yeah, and then, like, from a business sense, like for what we do, like we do, if you don't know what we do here, by the way, we do like,
Probably say that.
yeah, we provide like business management services for influencers that work primarily on Twitch and somewhat on YouTube as well. And when we're looking for clients to work with, we're not just looking for who the biggest streamers are.
Right.
You know, we're not just looking like, all right, who's got the most viewers, who's got the most followers, let's just get all of those people.
I
like,
want
no.
the biggest person.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking for people that have engaged audiences, you know, that connect with the community, because those are the people that brands want to work with. It's my face.
Oh,
It's
you're
Mr.
an
Mc-
emo.
I am an emo. Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, what's up, Mr. McStabby?
Hello.
Are you going to be at E3? We should hang out. Because, you know, I'll be there. And it was a good time at South, so we should do that. But also, that's not really Omid. That's Jamar, just so you know, Stabby.
Omid's laying back on a
Yeah.
beach in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention why he wasn't here.
Nobody cares about that. But yeah, Omid and Jen decided to exercise their work-life balance
Yeah.
and take some time off this week. So good for them. Hope they're enjoying Hawaii.
They've still been working though.
They have.
It's like, why are you on Slack?
Yeah, no mead show today.
No meat.
Yeah, it was funny. We were in a chat and I was talking with Ava, and then all of a sudden Jen said something, and Ava was like, "Why are you talking? Go away, Jen. Go back to vacation." And then Jen left. It was great. But yes, Stabby, nice to see you. What the hell were we talking about? I don't even remember anymore.
Engaging with your audience, caring about them.
I don't care about them.
How can we get in contact with your business? It's super easy.
Yeah, actually, if you go to our website at opg.tv, at the very bottom of the page, there is like a website contact thing. So you can send us an email there, or you can go to our Twitter at op_group and send us a message there. Our DMs are open. Someone on this stream may read those and reply to them.
They will.
Yeah, they will. They will do that.
Oliver.
But yeah, you can get in contact with us that way. We if you've sent us something recently, by the way, we do try to respond to everyone, and we will respond to everyone. It's been a really crazy week, so I apologize. I have looked through it like today, and it's like,
It's the week before E3, and all the tales that they tell about it being really crazy busy are actually true.
yeah, we weren't kidding.
Yeah. I was always like, you know, they just have cushy jobs.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
It's not true.
We just hang out and play video games,
Yeah.
right? That's what we do.
No, it's
It's
everything
fun.
changes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm excited for E3. This is actually going to be my first E3 since it's gone like public. So I'm interested to see what this one's like.
I don't actually get to go inside.
Oh, have we not been able to rectify that situation? No, we haven't.
I'll
Okay.
sneak inside.
If anybody has a E3 badge hookup, you know, she basically started working
I
here.
think it was like the
Like
day after.
right after that OPG or like E3 badge stuff
Deadline.
for industry people like closed.
Shifter.
So, yeah, sorry about that.
Shifter's name popped up, but I don't know if they hosted us or what.
I believe it means they hosted.
Oh, thank you
If
for
Barry is
whatever
here,
you did.
he can clarify that. But I haven't seen Barry today, which just made me really sad.
Everyone's busy.
I know, but I like Barry. Barry's cool. He's kind of weird.
Never met him.
He's kind of weird. But he's our tech advisor, and he's a good guy. Yeah, if you're going to be at E3, send us a message on Twitter or on the website.
Yeah,
Give
I'll
me-
be outside E3, so you know.
And honestly,
you can meet me outside.
E3 is...
Wait, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, meet me out. Cash me out.
Cash me
They can
outside.
cash you outside.
There you go.
E3 is actually a really good convention for not going into the convention.
Yeah.
Like, to be completely honest.
And if you're not industry, it's hella expensive, so maybe just stay outside.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's at the LA Convention Center, which I've stated before, I hate that place. I don't like that convention center. I just don't. But it's like in a good area. It's like downtown LA, so like right across from LA Live, where like Staples Center is. Like a bunch of stuff is there.
What's a bladed tool?
There's always a way.
Oh,
to
I think it's like
Jamar loves LA Live.
something.
Fun fact about Jamar. I don't know. But yeah,
I'm just gonna chill at the Fortnite truck.
there you go. Yeah, that's gonna be out there. I think a few of our clients will probably be there.
I'm just gonna find something Fortnite and stay outside.
That's a solid plan. Let me make sure there's nothing else I wanted to mention.
Yeah,
about
we got
pitfalls.
15 minutes left.
I know what I want to talk about to end it, but not tracking your analytics is something else I've put on here as a pitfall. I think that's something that a lot of people definitely don't do because I've talked to a lot of people who don't even know they can access their analytics.
Yeah.
Each platform does it a little differently, but if we're talking Twitter, like you can go to your profile and like there's a button that for your analytics that you can view like exactly what we were looking at earlier when we were looking at your tweet. It can show like your engagements, your impressions, and it's a really interesting way to figure out what's working for you, what's not working for you, and kind of adjust from there.
Yeah.
Is that something that you look at often?
I don't look at it too often,
Mhm.
but I do try to do it maybe like bi-weekly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I usually look at mine like once a week.
Yeah. And just see like the impressions always like blow my mind.
Mm-hmm.
They really like when something's retweeted, it blows up. Or if you're mentioned in like a Twitter moment,
Mhm.
that is humongous.
Yeah, Twitter moments.
Moments.
Those are things.
And those are things that people don't even know that you can make.
Mm-hmm.
Like if something happened on Twitch that day, you could, or on Twitter or something, you could go and create a moment and then just start sharing it
Mhm.
and have your name on it. I haven't tried that out, but that's like on my to-do list.
Yeah, sounds cool.
The one way I look at analytics is I actually have like do you know what a bullet journal is?
No, you should.
Well, it's
explain
something
it.
that like people that are into like calligraphy
Oh.
started, and then it's
Calligraphy.
also very popular with like YouTubers. So what they do is like they create this fancy journal that's like aesthetically pleasing to look at, but it actually like helps you track things, whether that's your calendar or like your social media following. And so what I do is I have like an online like Google Spreadsheets version.
Oh,
I
cool.
list out every single social media that I'm on,
Mhm.
and then so this is starting June 1st. I list out my followers or whatever is most important, like I don't know, it's not always followers, it might be like subs or whatever. And then, so that's June 1st. And then I keep track of every single day that I create content on a certain platform. So if I streamed that day, I mark it off. If I posted on Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram, what have you. And then at the end of the month, I track like that number again, the followers, and I see how much I've grown.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, if you haven't posted, you haven't grown.
Yeah.
So you can like, that really helps me like get out of my head. Like, how come I'm not growing on Twitter? Well, it's because like I
I didn't tweet.
I didn't tweet.
Yeah. That's another
How
thing
did
that.
it create content? Like,
That's another
how come I'm not
thing.
partnered on Twitch yet? Well, Pods, you didn't
You
stream.
didn't stream for like 18 days. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like another big pitfall that like I see people do is that they're just too inconsistent. And we talk about it a lot with streaming, that you need to keep a consistent schedule so that people know where to find you. Like similarly on social media, like you need to be posting consistently, like
Yeah.
every day, basically for most platforms.
For Twitter, like 3 times a day,
Yes.
if not more. Instagram, at least once a day.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, I know that's hard.
It is.
We didn't talk about Instagram like
I
at all.
know.
Just really quickly, go on a photo shoot, create all these Instagram content, go to later.com, schedule those for every single day for a week. Put in all the hashtags that are relevant. Later.com, you can choose when to post. Mornings are better.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do mornings East Coast time because then it has all day to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another
Try that
interesting-
out and see how that works for your Instagram.
That's another interesting thing was posting times.
Mm-hmm.
Across platforms, it's a little different. And like I don't remember the exact things. I think it's like the early afternoon is better for like Facebook or like something like that. I don't remember the exact things, but similarly how you were talking about tracking like your analytics, like you should be keeping track of like when you're posting and how effective those things are.
Right.
Because if for me, it's like if you're someone that goes to the gym and you're keeping track of what you're doing and you're not seeing progress, you're going to adjust what you're doing at the gym so you see more progress.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. Like if you keep doing something and you're not getting the results you want, you can, if you're keeping track of it, you have time to adjust it.
If you've been
Educatedly.
consistent, then maybe you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Usually the problem is there's not enough consistency there.
Yes,
But if you've been doing something and tracking the analytics for a really long time, try something different.
exactly. And you're not going to know that if you're not keeping track of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Do those things.
Do the things.
Do all the things. That's been our motto this week.
I created that motto. Well, I didn't create the motto, but I brought it into the office, and now we say it every day.
Yep. Cool. So, we've got some stuff I want to talk about here.
Okay.
We do questions at the end. And again, if you have questions, we've been talking all about social media, so you should go on Twitter and right here, you should use hashtag AskOPG. Is there a later for Twitter?
Twitter. So Twitter lets you schedule your posts natively. Well, if you have a Twitter ads account, which I do, which is free to set up, I can schedule my tweets.
You can also do it through TweetDeck,
That's what he uses all the time.
which is free.
Yeah.
Twitter bought it. And I really like TweetDeck because you can organize it. Like you can have different columns open, you can set up different lists, and you can schedule out your tweets so that, you have things going out at least once a day if that's what you want to do.
Why not?
Yeah. But Twitter in itself is a really fast-moving social platform. If I knew how to snap my fingers, I was going to do it right there, but I don't know how to snap my
can't
fingers. No. Yeah, it's a real
did it for you.
fast-moving.
It's okay. I can't whistle.
I also can't whistle.
That's okay. I'm sorry.
It's just going to turn into
I'm
a show
sorry.
about things I can't do. Anyways.
Later does work with Facebook though,
Mhm.
so it's free if you do 30 posts a day per platform, 30 posts a month. So it's free for any of us basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about, is there posting too much on Twitter, specifically?
Sometimes I feel like there is.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like if you're tweeting too frequently, and I mean within the same hour,
Yeah.
I feel like something happens with the algorithm that I'm not sure about. But there used to be oh, don't post more than 3 times a day on Twitter, but I think that's the old algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that threads are around.
Yeah.
So it's yes and no, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to find that within yourself, but when I go on Twitter rants, people really like it. There was one night where I didn't know what to eat, and I
Ooh.
just kept on update, I'm still starving in bed,
Oh,
right? And like
gosh.
people like liked it. So
Been there.
again, it's like it depends on your content.
Yeah, makes sense. I didn't have a right answer to that. I was just really curious as to what you thought. But I would say of all the social platforms, I think Twitter is the quickest moving, and therefore the least likely that you would be considered spammy, I would say. Well, I don't know, Instagram's kind of weird the way they do it too. I think you definitely don't want to be overly posting on like Facebook. That's like obnoxious, I think. Even with the way their algorithm is set up.
Or Vaguebook.
Gosh.
You know what Vaguebook is, right?
I've heard of it. I don't use it often.
People do it on Twitter too. It's just like really vague posts. Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
That I get super annoyed.
Yeah, well.
You drop people all the time for too many tweets. But are they like quality tweets or are they just like shit posts?
Yeah. It's a good question.
That's my question for you.
I saw Ava say something really interesting just now that I thought it was funny.
Make you feel awkward?
What are things people do at conventions that make you feel awkward? I dislike when people ask for my Twitter and follow me after just being introduced. Now I have to follow back. That's awkward. I can imagine Ava being awkward doing this.
Yeah.
At the very least. But she's weird.
I mean,
I love her
that
too,
the
don't worry.
person that is like approaching her wants to create a connection with her, and it seems like she doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their own thing.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. Don't mind me.
It is funny.
But there's an actual question here that I want to address, which is
Okay.
admittedly not related to social media, but it's
But
fine.
they asked it to us, so.
But they asked us, and we're going to talk about it. And again, I would really love your insight on this because
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but there's a lot of Twitch affiliate conversation going on today. And Psychogenesis, who's an avid watcher of the stream, not today though, for some reason. I forgive you. But he said, can't be there today, but wanted to ask if you think any upgrades that affiliates get devalues what partners get as well. How do you feel about that? I'm curious because, you know.
Well, I'm an affiliate.
Exactly. Full disclosure, she's an affiliate.
So, like, it's hard because, like, it comes from your own personal experience and your own bias. I'm also very much, like, about community, and I'm against elitism in all forms. So, I don't know. Does it devalue your partnership? I don't even like that word.
Right. Yeah.
Like that comes from like an elitist place. Like, do I shine less? Basically,
right.
because
Do I
they
shine
have,
less because they shine more?
Right. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Like, because we have in case you guys don't know, affiliates now are going to have sub badges, and they also get paid faster. So before it was 60 days at the end of the month, and now it's 45 days.
Now Mr. McStabby needs someone to make sub badges.
I know. When I saw this tweet, I was like, dang it, now I gotta commission some people. Like,
Yeah.
I was a little bit more like, dang, instead of excited.
Yeah.
But
It's an interesting topic that's been going on today.
I don't think it devalues your partnership, and I think you really need to think about the reason why Twitch did this, and this was to reward the loyal viewers
Yes.
and users of their platform.
Exactly.
So I have about 5 12-month subs that don't get to brag about that they're a 12-month sub, and I kind of like feel bad for them. And now they're gonna have that. But I also sort of feel bad that they're just going to jump into that 12-month sub badge and not experience the progression of being excited. Like, oh, I have 3 months, I have 6 months. Now I got a cute little 12-month badge. They're just gonna jump up there and never get to experience that, but
Yeah.
whatevs.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I think the focus should definitely be on the viewers, and Jamar's doing things again. We're not going to talk about it either, Jamar. Sorry. You can get your own stream and talk about it. Ooh.
Well, what do you think?
I don't think it devalues what partners get. I do think that if we're going to be giving affiliates more things, why can't we give partners more things too? Like, I think that's just something that would be interesting. I don't have any problem with affiliates getting sub badges. I think it's great. Like you said, it rewards the viewers, which is who this was, you know, who this is really going to benefit, I think.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it would also be great to see partners get more. I'm all for partners and affiliates getting more things from Twitch.
Everyone.
Yeah. Is Jamar doing his happy dance? Not yet. Jamar, do you want to?
Jamar will take care of that.
Do you want to come back here and do your happy dance?
What do I need to do?
I don't know.
Can you see the chat on your side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're asking.
Spartan's here.
Hey, Spartan.
Hi, Spartan. That's my boyfriend.
I learned this, yes, the other day when I was watching your stream. I was playing Overwatch at the time, though, so I was only half watching, admittedly.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, sorry.
It's okay, Jamar.
It's all right, Jamar. But yeah, affiliates, partners, I hope you guys all get cool stuff. Did anybody else have any more questions in
I have
chat?
one more question that was asked to me on my Twitter. But yes, please post your questions in the chat. Dubstash asked this, who is
Oh, I think I remember seeing
a
that one.
streamer,
Yeah.
says, if I don't go to
I knew there was
school,
one.
what can I do to tailor myself for a social media position in the gaming industry if I don't have a contact and just have resume/experience?
So, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You have done some social media work in the past?
I have, yeah.
Okay, why don't you tell people about your background in social media real quick?
So I actually did, I went to school, oh, I'm getting like told. Sorry, never mind that. I actually went to college and majored in communication, which got me thinking about social media, but that was all like sort of in theory.
Right.
There wasn't like any like tactical studies of social media. It was
Right.
just like, how do messages travel throughout the world? So I learned how to think in that way. But I also worked at a laser tag company and handled their social media accounts. Before that, or after that, I just started taking ownership of like the stream team I was on. I started getting them all into the Discord, and that became like more like community management.
Right.
For She Snaps, I did that for the pizza party, and then for Pineapples, I did that for the Opportunity stream team. So I just sort of like started doing things. Hey, can I help promote our streamers? Can I get them all into the Discord? Can I create like a monthly calendar of activities? And like community management and social media sort of go hand in hand.
Definitely.
So to this person, I would just say like, just start doing things. Like no one goes to school for social media.
I mean, they might now. I don't really know.
Well, maybe they do
yeah,
now.
maybe they do now, but
But anything that you can learn in school, you can learn on YouTube. Probably faster.
yeah. I kind of fell into that position that I had. So my college background was, I think my degree is critical studies of television, film, and new media, which means I'm really good at watching movies.
Yeah.
Like super good at
My
watching
film
movies.
classes, we just watched like, I took an anime class. Like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
does that have?
I took an international cinema class and we watched Spirited Away. That was a fun day
Yeah.
of class.
So Dubstash, who actually asked this question, says there are social media classes in comms degree.
See?
There
Yeah.
are, but it depends on which school you go to. My
Yes.
school is very theoretical versus like San Diego State is very hands-on. You actually like learned how to write articles and do things.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I think maybe I'm on the side that like a degree doesn't really matter that much. It's more like what you do with what you know.
Yeah.
So I would say start building accounts for other people. Put that in your bio, like what you work for. Like, I am a mod for this stream team, or I'm a community manager for this stream team. And if you're not one, like, volunteer yourself.
Yeah.
Find a partner that needs help and just be like, yo, can I do your social media? Like, I need experience. And then put in your bio. Maybe put in your pinned tweet, like, this is the work I've done with examples. I'm looking for work.
Yeah. That's definitely a good
seen
idea.
that.
Yeah, I've seen that too with I forget who it was, and I really should know who it is. But somebody who does like photography, and then their pinned tweet is like, "Hey, I'll do your headshots or whatever for a portfolio that I'm building." Or
Yeah.
whatever. So I think that's a great idea. If you just start doing it, that's kind of a good way to approach it.
I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Like it's careful to note. Like I didn't ask She Snaps or them. Like, can I community manage? I just started doing it, and then they were very like receptive, and they were glad that I was. But yeah. Also, he says if I don't have a contact, so that I would work on getting a contact.
Get a contact. Yeah.
Like, you go to cons, like, ask to meet up and introduce yourself, and literally just say, like, hey, I'm looking for, like, a job in social media in case anything ever comes up.
Yeah. I think what would be beneficial, because when I got my first job doing anything related to social media, I had never done anything remotely like that, and I learned a lot, like, doing it. So I think, like, you specifically stated, like, not you, but Dubstash said social media position in the gaming industry. I think that's a great goal to shoot for. I think if you can get a social media position in anything, it might be worth the time to go get that experience.
Yeah.
Because it gives you that kind of foundation of like, this is how you do things in a professional manner. Because like that matters to people. Like if you're going to tell them like, hey, I want to do your social media. If you can also say like, yeah, I've done work for this company, and like show them that like there's a legitimate background that you have. You've done this at a professional level. Like, it makes you look more professional, and you'll learn a lot doing it if it's something that you are doing as a job every day. Like, if you're doing your job well, at least, even remotely well, you'll probably learn a few things doing it.
And that sort of helped me get this job.
Yeah.
Like, this is my first job in the gaming industry. Yeah, I don't know if that's why they like me or not, but my entire like my full first page of my resume wasn't actually like real jobs. It was like stuff that I've done around Twitch and for free that I just started doing. It was just like, hey, I know what you guys do. I'm just not being like paid for it because I'm working admin at an engineering company.
Right.
But I was able to really like tailor my resume and my cover letter to sort of sell myself. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, hopefully. Basically, go.
Thanks for the reassurance, Jamar.
Yeah, basically, start seeing if there's opportunities. Start seeing if there's connections you can make, and get that experience. Because again, I think my background in online marketing also helped me get here. Also, Audrey probably helped me get this job, I guess, too. But
I think it's
but I digress.
Do good work in what you're interested in, and be good to people, everyone.
Her resume is really cool, actually.
And
we all kind of sat around and we're like, oh my god, it's so pretty. It kind of uses this color, I feel like.
I'll have you know that, like, as I was making it, I like sent so many drafts to Skull, and I was like, how can we make this better? Like we spent a lot of time on it.
Cool.
Yeah. Like, I had too much time.
Nah.
I was stressing.
It's not too much time because you're here now.
I missed Spartan's question. Something about steak.
Something about steak. I feel like there was something else that was also more relevant that we probably talked about. I think he was asking about. Okay, 2 questions. Is there ever such thing as too many tweets notifying people of your current events or going live?
We kind of talked about it.
We did kind of talk about it. I think
TLDR, like, don't be spammy.
Yeah.
And do it intentionally. Make it something where people want to come in, ask them a question, invite them. I'll show him part of the VOD later.
Okay.
And then he
You
said
can handle
something
that?
about rare steak.
Yeah, if you eat
I'll
steak
eat
rare,
steak
does
rare.
it make you Hollywood?
I don't
Do
understand.
you order your steak rare?
Medium
you?
rare.
Yeah, I normally do a nice medium rare.
Yeah. I'd rather have it rare than, well, like medium though. So on the rarer side.
On the rarer side.
Yeah. Kidrich, employers would rather see you list out all their experience than just see a bland, hers is this job and this job. Yeah, I think these days resumes are not as personal, or they need to be more personal.
In a lot of ways, also, you should build up your LinkedIn. We talked about that last time. I think LinkedIn is super important. I think it also probably helped me get this job. I have nothing to base that information on. I'm just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
But no, I think because your LinkedIn is your resume, but like expanded upon, and you can kind of show a lot more there. So I think it's worth the time to make your LinkedIn all-star level, whatever. They have different levels of it. Just make sure it's at the highest one. It doesn't take that much time. You have to fill everything out and put a picture there, guys.
Yeah.
You can do it. If people want, we can do a whole section on building out your LinkedIn, but that won't be today.
Not today.
Not today. BTS.
We're already over time.
We go over.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. But yeah, if nobody else has any more questions, I think that's going to do it for us here today. I hope you guys learned at least something about social media. There's a lot to talk about here. We very well could be revisiting this topic again in another capacity.
Yeah, there's some of this list we didn't even touch on.
Yeah, which also happened last week when we were talking about whatever the hell I was talking about when I was here last week. We didn't get to a lot of stuff.
Can't even remember.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in. We do this show every week. We try at least.
Every Friday.
Every Friday, 2 p.m. on this channel. Yeah, McStabby, go watch the VOD. I'm on it. That's enough reason for you to go back and watch the VOD.
Thank you for asking the questions, Dubstash.
What she said.
Hope it works out.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks again. If you guys are at E3, let us know. And thank you for everybody that subbed and, threw bits at us and stuff. As a reminder, all that revenue that we get from this stream goes into doing giveaways for streamers to help them. So
we just did a giveaway.
We did just do a giveaway. So yeah, we need to get more to do another one. But yeah, thanks guys. We will see you next time. If you're, like I said, if you're at E3, come find us, and we'll see you then.
Goodbye.
Bye.